Blessed be. Today is September 7th, and it is Global Talent Acquisition Day. Since the company I work for has gone recently through an acquisition and was bought by a European company, I can definitely appreciate any kind of company philosophy to embrace global talent, because I am now global talent to a European company. So thank you guys for having that mentality. Definitely a global citizen. So while some people get very centric to their origins, I'm more of that philosophy that, we are all people, and you don't have to be within my vicinity to have value. So global citizenship is definitely more my jam as opposed to nationalism. And speaking of Europe, this will probably be my last post for a few weeks because I am leaving on Friday to go on a European vacation. I've got 3 days in Paris, 9 days on Carpathos Island, and then 3 days in Athens. So this is one of my longest vacations ever. Not my first trip to Europe, but my first trip to both of these countries. And I'm really excited, and so I won't be working and I won't have access to post much until I get back, and then maybe have a conversation about some of the highlights of the trip. So, getting things together for taking a bunch of time off work. I am really trying to get that version of template ready to hand back to somebody. This is where I've been messing with the model space layout area, and right now I'm taking that existing template, the section that's the cover sheet, the legend page, and general notes, and converting them into my template and then cleaning them up, because how it existed in the original template was very inconsistent. So you've got a section of notes that might be like 1 through 8, all within a single mText entity. But then right next to it, you would have A through G, but they are individual items. mText items, at least we're dealing with all mText, but again, they're all separate mText lines. And then the A, B, C, and D were separate text also. They weren't even associated, using the numbering convention feature, like you literally bullet point, number list, letter list, anything like it wasn't even using that, which really drives me crazy. So I'm cleaning up those pieces. And then the one area that I'm a little stuck on is the notes and how to put the proper symbolage if you've got like a plan note. So you've got your plan note here to the side, and your plan note will be 1 with a circle around it. So I have a separate block for the plan notes. Actually, it's a single dynamic block with different visibilities for all the different shapes you may want to encompass a reference number. So I created the dynamic block to be a circle, a triangle for your revisions, a square, a diamond, a pentagon, a hexagon, and an octagon. And so you could just switch the visibility. So if you need another one, you could just copy it over, change your visibility, change your layer. It's drawn on layer 0, and I overrid the attribute number that'll be in the center. I overrid the color to remain white. So even if you change the layer to reflect the line work to be a different color, it leaves the text black on the print, which is, I'm assuming, a personal preference. So this way, if your revision number layer is in a blue, it'll create your triangle in blue when you switch it to your revision layer, but it'll leave the text black. So, but since I have that, how do I line that up with the font and the text notes if they're referencing that particular shape needed? Because I like it when the plan note to the side references that shape, because if not, then you've got general notes that are 1 through 7. You got plan notes that are 1 through 7, but you want to correlate a little better. So I want to circle around the plan note. So when you see the circle plan note on the plan, you've got a better visual connection to the data. And I mean, that's an important part, in my opinion, about our job, is making these moving pieces of data easy to understand and make connections with. So I'm spinning my wheels on that. Honestly, one of my big breakthroughs today was just taking this project, because I feel my progress has been going slow and I get a little squirrely with it. It's difficult. My focus is coming in and out. I'm letting myself get distracted. I'll answer an email before I really need to, just because it lets me not work on the uncomfortable part of this. But one of the things I was able to do today was to hyper-focus and define my next step, tiny chunk of action that I need to take. And it really helped me not feel so overwhelmed about this big overall project, template, updating, blah, 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 trying to get it out before I go. And it's like, I'm only going to focus on this section. I'm going to focus on this piece. And then when I get that done, I can reevaluate to see what the next step is. So it's a really good exercise. I mean, I've done this before, but I haven't done it with this project, so very useful for me today. So that gives me today and tomorrow to get my chunk done and figure out the next one and just basically get the template I feel adequate to turn back over to one of my peers, who can then fill it in with some of the other pieces that other team members are working on, that they're better organizing, some details and stuff like that will go into the template. So divide and conquer, and hopefully, that can work out really well as long as we stay organized. So good luck to us with that. If you'd like to hear more entries into the CAD Witch's Grimoire, don't forget to hit subscribe. And until next time, merry meet, merry part, and merry meet again.